Now normally I don't like spiders, and I think in general most people don't. However, they are quite fascinating to watch, and if you've ever seen a spider spin a web, you'll understand why. I think it's mostly because of the 8 legs and the giant abdomen and the large pincers up front, and the fact that, in general, spiders can be poisonous. And if they bite you, it'd probably hurt. And if it crawls on you, it would probably freak you right out. Stepping into a giant spider web, getting the sticky web all over your face and frantically brushing it off, knowing that somewhere on your face, that spider was making a beeline straight for your mouth. All of these irrational fears tend towards our typical hatred of spiders. But let's just take a look for a second and realize how important they are and how absolutely fascinating and wonderful they can be. Take for instance the size of this spider. I would have to say that this little orb spider is maybe about 3/8 of an inch to 1/2 an inch in diameter. It's pulling silk out of its body at quite a fast rate and is repairing its web. The web in itself has got to be perhaps 2 feet across, 1.5 feet. So in general, we're looking at probably about between 12 to 24 inches in diameter. That is a huge engineering feat for a creature so tiny. It's interesting because this little spider will reach for the previous line of web, as you can see there, and judge the distance needed to attach its spinning web. It does it quickly, yet if you look at each spacing, it's pretty much perfect. Except for that part right there. Looks like something big crashed into that web. I always found it absolutely gorgeous how the light would shine through certain parts of spiders. I mean, it sort of makes them glow. You can see all of the stuff inside. You can hear in the background all the birds chirping. There's a giant power line, I don't know, maybe 50 feet behind this. And I'm hoping that this spider's web, being located almost inside a blackberry bush, will protect it from those birds, because I would assume that a spider that juicy looking would be a heck of a tasty, crunchy little meal. As the spider comes up to this irregularity in its web, you'll notice it does a complete reversal and heads back in the other direction. Considering that the orb spider has extremely poor eyesight, it finds all of this physical information on its web simply through touch and feel. Web vibration lets it locate all those little strands with an amazing precision. Imagine coordinating 8 legs, cutting threads with your mouth, and pulling silk out of your behind, and attaching it in a precise, genetically remembered fashion. I think I just fell off my chair backwards. Spiders also eat bugs. You know those flying insects that bother you when you're out having a beer on the porch? They catch those insects in that glorious web that they manufacture. They tie them up, melt them down, and suck them up through this little straw they got in the front of their face, and we're all quite thankful for it. Let's just sit back, take a minute, and watch the orb spider hard at work, spinning its web, or in other words, creating its dinner plate for the evening's meal. My name is Michael Fromberg. I live in Vancouver, Canada.